Hey everyone, I'm Matt Moran. I'm a songwriter in Los Angeles. Some of you probably know this already. I just wanted to share a video, kind of give an update or maybe some background as to why I post so few actual videos on my YouTube channel. I think I'm titling this video, what I've written down here is The Reluctant YouTuber. Because I really have no interest in being a YouTuber per se. Like, one of the things I spend virtually no time doing is adopting the strategies of, like, okay, create a channel and they have different tools. You can go out and search and see what's popular. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because I'm a songwriter and create. I've written a couple books, I've written stories, poetry in my past, and I'm really just here as a medium to reach people with what I create, and had no interest in being the tutorial guy, although I do that on the technology side, and I've done some videos on songwriting. So we'll kind of explain that a bit more, but the real reason I'm here on YouTube is really just to get my music and other creative things out to the world. And so even though I love people like Casey Neistat, and I follow a ton of channels that do tutorials and teach people about music production, I've just been hesitant to really do that. I've done some basic things, and I'll probably continue that, but really in the vein of, these are things I'm doing, and you can come along the journey, and if you can learn something in the process, so I'm happy to go through some of those things. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about even some of the gear I'm using right now, because I'm recording some acoustic songs. I created a few shorts recently that show me tracking guitar and tracking bass guitar. You can see all that stuff behind me here. And so I'll go through and show the equipment I'm using. There's nothing really that remarkable. I've got my laptop. It's a Dell, XPS 15. Pretty nice laptop. I wanted a lot of memory on it so I could do videos, things like that. When it comes to creating videos, I'm using DaVinci Resolve, so we'll talk about that at some point in the channel. I'll show my gear that I'm using currently for recording, which is, I have a Big Knob Studio, Mackie Big Knob Studio. I think those are like $250, $350, sorry. I saw Phineas using one in a video, Billie Eilish's brother, if you don't know. So I'm like, oh, if he's using it, I can have the next big hit too. And so I've got the Big Knob Studio. I've got a Tube MP preamp. They're about $110. I'm using an SM57. I wrote about that on my Substack a little bit. Primarily because I've got a freeway about 150 feet that way, and this room is not sound treated that remarkably. It's our loft of our condo. That's what we have to work with right now, so the SM57 just works a little bit better. It's not as sensitive, it doesn't pick up all that noise. Maybe we'll do more soundproofing and sound treatment of the room down the road, but right now this is what we have to work with. So I use an SM57 for recording virtually everything. And I kind of took the idea that, if it's good enough for Bon Iver and other people, once again, wrote about it on my Substack, it's good enough for me. But in any case, really this is just about me being super reluctant to create videos. And there's a couple reasons for that. I enjoy teaching people. I just spoke for a songwriting group down in Orange County, a small group. We just talked about getting out and gigging, and that was based on a video I had done earlier, and he said, oh, can you talk to the group about preparing to gig? And so we had a great conversation about how I started gigging in Arizona, and Cave Creek Coffee Company, and some of the talented people I met there, and how that really encouraged me, and just told some stories about kind of what I was looking for as a performer, and then lessons I had to take after coming out of the pandemic of really just focusing on a set list, because I'm just not playing as much as I need to be able to pick songs out here and there, and so I had to be a little more diligent in my preparation, and it really worked out well in the performance I was talking about. I had a gig a few months ago, and I really just worked on those 10 songs that I was going to perform, 8 as it turns out, and they came out great because I focused on them rather than willy-nilly coming up and saying, oh, let me grab this, let me grab that. So anyways, we talked about that. But I love teaching people. I love sharing information. But I don't want to be the tutorial guy. There's tons of people doing that. And one of the reasons I'm reluctant to share some of this information is I feel like there's so much on YouTube. There's so many people sharing their story. So what makes my story unique? Why would my story resonate with anyone? But in talking to some of these songwriters and some of my friends, the truth is I don't need to reach 5 million people with a story. I need to reach the people that find my video and find it compelling. And so that's the only story I really need to share. And the information I share, whether it's about creativity, whether it's about writing, whether it's about performing and kind of having the confidence to stick yourself out there, some of the tools and techniques I use, while I, once again, am not trying to be the tutorial guy, I'm happy to share the things I'm doing while I'm in the process of creating the things I'm creating. And so hopefully that's good enough. I'm not looking at the 5 techniques I can use to grow my YouTube channel or to, game the algorithm, right? I have no interest in that. So what I'm hoping I can do is share enough creative, interesting information that people find it engaging. I'm hoping I can produce enough songs that have enough compelling interest in them that people want to listen to them. And if I do that, then I'm doing good enough. I wanted to let people know kind of my take on why I have been reluctant to jump into YouTube. It's really just a matter of I don't want to be the YouTuber looking to game the YouTube algorithm. I just want to be someone who creates things that is just kind of organically sharing my ideas, my creative process, my encouragement to other creators, and really just the things I'm working on and the journey I'm taking. And hopefully that's enough to compel some of you to join me on this journey. And if it is, once again, let me know in the comments. And if you want to join this journey with me, then great. Subscribe and all that fun stuff. So I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be back at you probably early next week. See you.
Now we're east of Phoenix, that old Jeep broke down. Been riding it fast and hard since leaving town. Just like you, it wasn't me.